about as big a scene as you can get here at the Breslin Center, and Michigan State ended up getting that signature victory it's been long searching for today. 68-65 over Purdue, a battle of number 3 versus number 4, really a huge top 5 matchup, and Michigan State's second top 5 win here at the Breslin Center this season. And it all came down to the end, and with 2.7 seconds left on the clock, Miles Bridges pulled up from 3, and here's how it went.
Clear aside, we put the ball in his hands. He was supposed to drive it and get fouled. But if you're from Flint, say the hell with that, I'll just jack a 3. And it worked out, you know. So I was, but it couldn't happen to a better kid who's worked his tail off. And, you know, he came back for these kind of games.
And as Izzo said, you know, Miles Bridges really thought that he was going to be making a lot of these plays when he announced his return to Michigan State last April, and etched himself, I think, even further into Spartan lore with that huge shot to potentially propel them to a number 1 ranking. We'll get to that in a little bit, but they really had some trouble guarding Isaac Haas from Purdue. Now, he had 12 of 22 shooting day. He had 25 points, but I think you got to give some credit to Gavin Schilling tonight for really locking down a little bit on him and making him work, especially late in the game.
Yeah, I just try to play my best defense on him all game, and you know, obviously, you know, down the stretch he kind of got a little exhausted or whatnot, and you know, I just try to stick to my principles.
And as you can imagine, with a raucous Breslin Center crowd, with another top 5 win for Michigan State, and just like I said, that signature victory they've been looking for, you can imagine the post-game locker room was pretty exciting, and Cassius Winston and Miles Bridges agreed with that.
Oh, you should have seen it. It was like a movie scene or something, man. We was all over the place, dancing, turning up.
It was great, man. Everybody jumping around, us listening to music, coaches hugging everybody, seeing my family. It's great, man. This type of moments I live for.
So a very emotional victory for the players, very emotional victory for Tom Izzo. Obviously the coach of 23 seasons. He's been here for a lot of these wins, but I don't know that there's many that really struck a chord with him as much as this one. This was the Jud Heathcote Tribute Game. Of course, Jud was a coach that mentored Tom Izzo for so many years. And after his passing in August, they announced that this game would be the tribute game for him. They even brought in Gene Cady, a former longtime Purdue coach as well. And Tom Izzo, once the game had ended, he kind of looked skyward a little bit for about 10 seconds or so, just kind of looking at Jud. And he was asked after the game about what that moment was like.
Special. Jud, the last parting shot, it's up there in the video, was, "How do you want to be known?" And he said, "I want to be known as a guy that did it the right way, and a guy that cared about his players." And I was thinking to myself, how well said.
So as you can see, a lot of emotion on Tom Izzo's face, and really this win, of course, it's gonna stay with him a long time. But it also, could it be the one that promotes Michigan State and propels them forward as they try to get this run going where they really can reach their potential? And right now, Michigan State, they may be looking at a number 1 ranking in the new polls on Monday, after number 1 Villanova loses to St. John's earlier this week. Number 2, Virginia just lost to Virginia Tech in overtime. And of course, number 3, Purdue here loses to Michigan State after losing to Ohio State as well. So Michigan State could be looking to move up from number 4 to number 1. They're 24-3, that ties the best 27-game start in school history. And right now they are tied with Purdue for 2nd place in the Big Ten standings, 1 game behind Ohio State. So Ohio State, they have 3 of their last 4 games on the road. If they lose one of those games and Michigan State and Purdue win out, we're talking about a 3-way tie for the Big Ten. So that's about it here at the Breslin Center. I'm Ryan Cole, reporting for Impact Sports. Once again, Michigan State 68 and Purdue 65, and Michigan State travels on the road now to Minnesota, a 9 o'clock tip-off on Tuesday. Could they be number 1 in the country? We'll find out. Thanks for watching.